Don't
like
report it to your laddies.
Alright, I changed my mind. Bye, guys.
Alright, welcome to the letter. Let's go.
I.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. I don't want to play anymore.
What the
That was
fuck?
loud as fuck. You should have had Michael playing.
That was badass.
I don't want to play anymore. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxford, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people, known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited, and that is when it began. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the nights, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend, and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Reality Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck!
So I really don't like this game.
Let's go. I love this shit.
Oh, where are you?
A familiar, jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh. Hey, Rose. I'm at St. Goretti. Hi. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter?
Oh, God.
It's the mansion. I'm here, you know, you piece of shit. Pick up. Jeez. We're shifting. You promise.
Was this a good idea?
No.
Yeah, you fucking ass. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You gonna fucking leave me by myself? This shit is spooky game. You can't do that.
Dialogue is only
He really went off
suggested.
script pretty hard.
Dialogue is only
Listen.
a suggestion.
Listen, I went to Juilliard. You check it out.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
Get the fuck over here, you stupid bitch. I'm gonna die.
I didn't understand a single thing you just said.
Please excuse me. I'm sorry. A bit too quiet. Someone's lived here since like forever, but it's real good. It's beautiful. It's free real estate.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I know, but I wish I could live here, like not just as a squatter.
What is a squatter?
It really takes my breath away. I hope that's not foreshadowing.
Fucking god.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Geez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real, or otherwise this won't dissolve. Please don't do this. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything. They're nothing but spirits.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now. And they might not be happy with you. Enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead. You know, there's a dead body. Dead body stuffed in a.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it in my soul, on my body.
There was one time, which is more than enough. Loosen up. Anyway, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored. I'm falling.
Fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon, sweetie.
I don't know about the first part.
Honey bun.
Okay, see you soon. Bye, moi.
She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever. Who was that? I look up from my phone to see Rebecca. Becca, giving me a questioning look.
Oh, it was just Rose.
That's me.
It was nothing. It was
Rose.
just a fling.
The one who said trained you for your job back when you started. I don't know what
Oh my
accent
God.
is that. It's definitely not Scottish.
Kind of slipped.
You're
into
walking
it.
together again. I can't.
For this property, we've been scoping out that big mansion down at Anselm Village after the renovations. It's grand opening to the public. BRC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
It gave me more than the creeps. It gave me ligma. I mean, well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. Besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
As those words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
Funny.
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense,
Because
but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out.
all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now. And this
Oh.
is just the fastest way to get it.
Wait.
Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible. And the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. Never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. Desperate. I'm desperate. It's perfect. That's why I'm trying to get together with Rose. I mean,
A sympathetic look crosses her face.
Oh,
You
no,
know,
this
if you're
before.
really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me. Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow and you can pay us back whenever.
I'm not some cheap whore.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect when she uses that expression. I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks. She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers.
Oh, okay, you're just
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you. You'll definitely end up in the
Tastes so
hospital if you
good.
keep at it. Here we go again. Go ahead, Keen.
You're not my mom.
You're not my dad!
Achievement unlocked. What the fuck? I press my lips together and roll my eyes at her. I'm not entirely sure how I should feel whenever she goes on her mother hen mode. She means well. I'm glad someone's looking out for me, especially with my family living on the other side of the globe. But Becca's bossy attitude can be such a pain at times. She's more overbearing than Mama, and that already says a lot.
Not my mom.
I didn't say that I am. She gives me a completely unimpressed look. Immediately, I brace myself for another round of reprimands from her. I'm not bossing you around. I'm just telling you to at least mind what you're eating. Remember what happened last year? You ended up bedridden for 2 weeks after eating something bad, and I ended up having to listen to you cry about how those absences would take a huge chunk out of your paycheck. Do you want that to happen again?
No, mom.
Only a loud, frustrated sigh comes from her while she pinches the bridge of her nose, likely to help ease a headache starting to form. I bite my lip to keep myself from laughing out loud at the image she makes, expecting her to say more. But when, at last, she looks up, she's simply carrying a resigned expression on her face. I'm serious.
Not my mom, Rebecca.
Maria Isabella Grace!
Oh my god.
Oh!
I shut my mouth after that. Although I know she's not really angry, I don't want to push it. An angry Becca isn't someone I'd like to cross paths with in my lifetime. I've seen it
Yeah, I
happen,
didn't know
and
my
it wasn't
character
pretty.
was, yeah, whatever. Stop.
I grumble, but she doesn't seem to care much, only giving me a small acknowledging nod. Good. Look, if you need anything, tell me, and I'll help in any way I can. You don't have to do this alone.
Thanks, Becca. Even though you basically called me out, I really appreciate it. But you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime before you ask again. No, you know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though. I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements when she takes a quick glance at something behind me snaps me out of my thoughts. Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
With a small smile, she returned to her desk.
Okay, you're not fucking Corey. Cut that out.
He's not the narrative. No.
History book.
I
You want to be fired?
Confiscated.
Okay, with a small smile, she returns to her desk and visits the pages. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying,
You don't
at
get
least.
paid.
Her eyes are distant and she doesn't seem too attentive whatever's on the page. Oh.
I have the Rona.
He's got the
COVID
Rona.
hours. As if
There
she
you
heard
go.
my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle. This is precisely why I followed her here. Someone who makes a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Oh, hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I level her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple of days now. Something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby, I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you. I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her once she's decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it worryingly as I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
But don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Becca.
What?
Okay, I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Okay, Becca's kind of a Betty. Before I can
Yeah.
retort, she casts another look. Take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts.